this episode, what we're going to talk to Iwan about, it's the final episode. We really want to drill in on industry trends, perhaps a bit of AI, machine learning, and then what the future holds for us in the last quarter with Microsoft. So first question really, what are the biggest changing trends, or, what have you seen to date in all the new technology?
Yeah, I think if you look at machine learning and artificial intelligence, I think it's sometimes hard to get your head around the size of what the opportunity actually is, because there's so many scenarios that both of those things apply to that I think it's an enormous opportunity. If I look at, and I know that this has been a trend for years, but if I look at where I think there's still massive opportunities, it's still very much around cloud and cloud computing. If I look at the customers that I meet on a weekly basis, even though they've started to adopt a cloud strategy, most of them still host or have something in-house on servers. And I think you'll start to see and continue to see an acceleration of those customers moving from in-house into the cloud. But very much they're looking at infrastructure as a service as phase one. And they're looking at how do I get from infrastructure as a service to PaaS, because they really want to embrace that serverless computing. So I met a partner I met a customer last week.
Right.
That used a partner to move them to infrastructure as a service 6 months ago, but had now left that partner because they didn't feel like they were taking them into PaaS quickly enough. Right. So customers are really becoming impatient and really want to start embracing that technology as soon as they can to kind of reduce overheads, cost, and complexity of managing solutions as well.
Yeah, I agree. We've always developed and have our own solution as a phased approach. It's almost a 3-year IT strategy, a journey to the cloud, so to speak. And we fundamentally feel that, you can lead with Office 365, or, some partners actually still leading backup or, on-site servers, and I think that's a thing of the past now.
Yeah, and I guess that might feedback to partners would be is if I went back to a partner tomorrow, I'd probably be a little bit more ambitious with what I was building. So I think sometimes it's easy to look at, backup as a service as a first destination in there. But I think each customer scenario is different depending on what they're trying to achieve. Right. And I'd say the challenge to partners in the next kind of 6 to 12 months is to really understand how do you deliver value on top of PaaS and what is your value proposition, because that's where customers want to go, and they want partners to take them on that journey.
I agree. So let's talk about the last quarter, really. We're in the last quarter for Microsoft. Traditionally, it's all hands to the pump. Let's meet that business need, targets, let's smash it apart, and then let's go to Inspire and click a glass of champagne. So is that what you're looking at Microsoft now with the change in structure? Has anything changed there?
Yeah, so I'd say that if you look at enterprise and corporate, the last quarter of the year for them is really make or break, because they're working on massive opportunities that will help them to smash their number. And we talk about in the SMB team that every month end to us is a year end, because now we're in this subscription business. Every month of revenue is as important as the last. So for us, really, the last quarter of the month is no different from the rest of the year. And for us now, the focus is to just keep driving that number and to kind of over-exceed for the year. But the hard work has kind of already been put in.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, it's the same for us. We're always driving month on month. We've got 1 month left to go, so we just must smash our target, So, but we are coming up to Inspire again, and of course, it is about a pat on the back and find out what the new technology is out there. So what are you looking forward to at Inspire? Is it, all the Microsoft people are going to be there? You're going to, obviously, the partners will have Lady Gaga. You might have Tom Jones, somebody like that to watch. So.
Yeah, so I think the best thing about Inspire is getting to spend time with partners. So I've been to Inspire at WPC as it was at the time as a partner. And going there as a Microsoft employee, you're definitely much busier. I know that you're probably sloping off at 2 p.m. for a glass of wine, but it's kind of back-to-back partner meetings, and the amount of information, the amount of feedback, and the amount of kind of contacts you make in that week is incredible. So I really look forward to it, spending time with partners. I think the other great thing for us as well is now that, last year we had the reorg. This year, going into next year, we now know what the organisation is going to look like. So to be able to go through that with a full planning session, to really go into July, being very clear on the objectives, the growth that we've had this year. I can't wait to see what we can achieve next year with a full planning cycle.
Yeah, very exciting. I think it's landed incredibly well. You know, the changes at Microsoft to be 9-10 months in and to see where we're at, you know, with that 27% growth, did you say, in SMB?
It was not, yeah, above 25.
Above 25, that's incredible. So, well, Iwan, it's been absolutely wonderful. I think what we should do now is go talk more about SMB, but perhaps over a bit of lunch on the Riverside.
Definitely.
Cheers. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Cheers.